Spooky. Okay, obviously the PA is facing out, so I'm just assuming everyone can hear me. Yes? Thumbs up? Thumbs up? Can you hear me? All right. First of all, just start with some gratitude. Thank you everyone for giving up your time to be here tonight. I know it's for a worthy cause, but still you're giving up your time to be here, so thank you so much for supporting this event. Thank you to our judges, thank you to our participants. So the speech night is Chancellor Speech Night is a honored tradition. Check. Hello. A little bit of feedback. It's a weird buzz. Anyway, so it's an honored tradition here. The way that we're going to proceed is starting. I have no idea. Maybe we got to turn it down. I'll just wait. There's a weird beeping. Check. Sibilance. Yeah. There's a very strange beeping noise. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Okay, so the way that we're going to proceed is by grade level. I'm going to call up the bronze medal winner, the silver medal winner, and the gold medal winner. And I believe that the participants don't know who won at this point, so it'll be a bit of a surprise. What we'd like to do is we would like the medal winners to stand on stage for a photo opportunity, and then after the photo opportunity is finished, we would like the gold medal winner to stay and deliver their speech to all of us. So we'll do that by grade level. I just ask before we start if you can make sure that your phones are off or on silent mode, and we'll get rolling. So starting with the 2023 Speech Night Persuasive Speeches for Grade 8, the bronze medal winner is Evelyn Marr. Silver medal winner is Joya Bavakwa. And the gold medal winner for the 2023 Speech Night Persuasive Speech for Grade 8 is Christina Pretignac.
created and used on social media to describe a toddler or young child who can't seem to get enough of their iPad or phone. Many of you have probably heard this term before and seen an iPad kid. I know I have, because I have an iPad kid at home, my 6-year-old brother. And sure, these iPad kids may be funny to see, but the effects of their constant screen time is no joke. Research has recently shown that constant internet use in children can negatively affect academic success, slow and stop the development of crucial skills, and weaken family connections. This leads me to question if the internet is meant for children at all. Drive and motivation are necessary for academic success. With the constant curiosity that a child has as they wonder what their favorite YouTuber has recently posted, they're losing this motivation. Unlike adults, young children have not yet fully developed their skills of self-control. So they have a harder time resisting the urge to go on the phone while they're doing their schoolwork, therefore affecting their academic success. My confirmation sponsor, a teacher who works with younger children, says that when working, children have to have what they call brain breaks after every 15 to 20 minutes of work. They also have to do a lot of timed workstations just so a child can stay focused. This means that nowadays, teachers are also having to work harder just to make sure that their students can stay engaged and motivated to keep on learning. Delays in speech and language are also becoming more common, as children are not practicing their language in their own household. Research has shown that the home learning environment is crucial to supporting a child's language development as it provides opportunities for interaction. Currently, children spend more time alone watching the iPad than they do talking to those in their household. They are not practicing and developing their language and vocabulary. This was seen a few years back when the Peppa Pig effect came to light. This was when kids were spending more time on their device watching Peppa Pig than they were talking to those in their household, so they actually began to develop a British accent even in North America. Bad internet habits can have large effects on the futures of these iPad kids. This is evident in a type of addictive behavior called problematic internet use or internet gaming disorder, where a child shows more interest in the internet and spends more time in it than in the real world. These children make less relationships, which scientists say can lead to anxiety. According to Dr. David Anderson, a clinical psychologist at the Child Mind Institute, children are pushing away crucial things like sleep and social activities to make time for a device. This poses a risk for children as they are not developing the skills they need to at a young age and will be left with underdeveloped skills as an adult. It also makes kids less independent as they lack interest in learning skills themselves. I see this with my younger cousins who are also iPad kids, because they don't want to use their own imagination and instead want somebody else to make a game for them. For example, on Easter, my younger cousins came to me saying, "We're bored, what should we do?" And this came to me as a shock, because when I was younger and I was with my younger cousins and siblings, there was never a shortage in possible activities. Finally, I believe that the internet is not meant for children, as their newly developing brains are overstimulated, making it hard to look away from the screen and spend time with those who matter most, family. This obviously affects the family life of a child. On average, a child the age of 8 and under spends 6 to 7 hours on the internet a day. This takes time away from a child being able to form a strong connection with family. As a result, children are beginning to lose their sense of self, personal identity, and self-confidence. As a result, they are failing to make family memories because they are reaching for a device instead of being present in the now. The internet, when not used properly, is like a hurricane, causing damage and destruction to everything in its path. Overuse can negatively affect academic success, slow and stop the development of crucial skills like independence, and weaken family relationships. This is why we need to control internet use before it's too late, and all children find themselves in the eye of the storm. Thank you.
At this point, we are going to present the bronze, silver, and gold medal winners for creating a pitch, grade 9. The bronze medal winner is James Keneal. The silver medal winner is Rafael Romulo. And the gold medal winner of the 2023 speech night for grade 9, creating a pitch, is Angela Millette. Just going to grab her cue cards.
So, hello? Hello? Okay. I'm supposed to have a slide, but since I don't have that, I'll just describe what my product is. So I've decided to create contact lenses that can film video. And okay, here's my pitch. I forgot. A common phrase we hear all the time. Whether you've forgotten your phones, your passwords, or someone's birthday, I'm sure we can all agree, it's always an inconvenience. However, something significantly worse than just misplacing your keys would have to be forgetting a memory. Family trips, performances, special events, they're all at risk of slipping away. Hi, I'm Angela, and I'm here to make experiences last forever through my invention, Caught on Contacts. A few years ago, I've had the privilege of visiting my first suspension bridge located in Vancouver. Needless to say, it was beautiful. So beautiful, in fact, that I dropped my jaw in shock, I dropped my phone in shock, and I went falling 250 feet off this bridge and into the waters below. As it sank, I mourned the loss of many important photos and videos that I did not yet save to my iCloud. This is why I've decided to change something so others wouldn't feel my pain, which is where my invention comes in. Caught on Contacts are able to film video from the camera ring within your eyes without changing the way you see. Simply insert the lenses and press start through the mobile app on your phone. Live life as you normally would, and once finished, remove them and place them back inside their case. By plugging the case in through the port on the bottom, the contacts will be recharged and recleaned. The video feedback that returns on the app is guaranteed to come back just the way you like it, in perfect resolution. It is then automatically saved. Compared to my starting year of 2022, my product is now available to a far larger audience of hikers, skiers, campers, and tourists, thanks to our collaboration with Destination Canada and Canadian Tire. In fact, by the end of this year, I can anticipate $600,000 in total sales and $6.2 million in profit. But did I do this alone? No. My grandfather, who did most of the brainstorming, taught me everything there was to know about business and video cameras. 2 years ago, he passed away, leaving me to create something extraordinary out of his blueprint. After finally finishing as of January 2022, I then reached out to some business associates of mine in Ontario. Their photography group was able to help me patent and sell my products all over their province. I then wasted no time appealing for a partnership with the companies introduced previously. With all that being said, our next big step is to begin distributing the lenses across all continents and groups, starting with you. And so, Caught on Contacts is here to provide you with the finest solution to ensure those indescribable moments are kept safe no matter where you are. Thank you very much for your attention, and are you ready to get caught up on these contacts, or have you already forgotten?
Okay, now moving on to grade 10. We'll bring up the bronze medal, silver medal, and gold medal winners for the 2023 interpretive reading for grade 10. The bronze medal winner is Sophia Sprague. The silver medal winner is Emma Ulander. And the gold medal winner of the 2023 interpretive reading for grade 10, then please bring your interpretive reading up with you, is Evie Riley.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Evie Riley. So, before I start, I want to ask everyone a quick question. Who here has ever been rejected? Yeah, I see a few hands. So, you know the feeling. Devastating, heartbreaking, and sometimes even soul-crushing. Many of us know the feeling, and yeah, it sucks. But have you ever considered what it might be like for the rejecter? The wonderfully written piece I will be presenting tonight displays what it feels like for the rejecter and the points of view from the heartbreaker and the heartbroken. My piece is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. In this piece, Jo, a strong-willed, independent woman, is proposed to by her best friend Lori, otherwise known as Teddy, and turns him down. This is an extremely difficult thing for Jo to do, as she thinks of Lori very fondly and wants anything but to hurt his feelings. She struggles because although she has tried her hardest to love Lori, her heart rejects this. Not only does this represent the hardship of knowing one's own heart, but in turn, the devastating heartbreak that can be caused by this. Overall, this shows that even in the most seemingly perfect situations, love can appear in places it is not welcome, and no matter what, cannot be forced. Jo suspects this proposal, but when she sees Lori, she has a strong urge to run away. Where's the Jew's heart, Jo? I forgot it. She always used to take his arm on these occasions, now she did not, and he made no complaint, which was a bad sign, but talked on rapidly about all sorts of faraway subjects, and now and then a dreadful pause occurred. To rescue the conversation from one of the wells of silence into which it kept falling, Jo said hastily, "Now you must have a good long holiday." "I intend to." Something in his resolute tone made Jo look up quickly to find him looking down at her with an expression that assured her the dreaded moment had come. "No, Teddy, please don't." "I will, and you must hear me. It's no use, Jo. We've got to have it out, and the sooner the better for the both of us." "Say what you like then." "I've loved you ever since I've known you, Jo. Couldn't help it. You've been so good to me. I've tried to show it, but you wouldn't let me. I'm going to make you hear and give me an answer, for I can't go on so any longer." "I wanted to say you this. I thought you'd understand." "I know you did, but girls are so queer you never know what they mean. They say no when they mean yes and drive a man out of his wits just for the fun of it." "I never wanted to make you care for me so, and I went away to keep you from it if I could." "Thought so? Just like you, but it was no use. I only loved you all the more, and I worked hard to please you, and I gave up billiards and everything you didn't like and waited and never complained for... I hoped you'd love me, though not have been enough." "Yes, you are. You're a great deal too good for me, and I'm so grateful to you and so proud and fond of you. I don't see why I can't love you as you want me to. I've tried, but I can't change the feeling, and it would be a lie to say I do when I don't." "Really? Truly, Jo?" "Really, truly, dear." When the last words fell reluctantly from Jo's lips, Lori stood so still that Jo was frightened. "Oh, Teddy, I'm so sorry, so desperately sorry. I could kill myself if it would do any good. I wish you wouldn't take it so hard. You know it's impossible for people to make themselves love other people if they don't." There was a long pause. "Lori, I want to tell you something." "Don't tell me that you love that old man, Jo. I can't bear it now." "I haven't the least idea of loving him or anybody else. But you will after a while. And then what will become of me? You'll love someone else too, like a sensible boy, and forget all this trouble." "I can't love anyone else, and I'll never forget you, Jo. Never! Never!" "I've done my best, but you won't be reasonable." "You haven't heard what I wanted to tell you. Sit down and listen, for indeed I want to be right and make you happy." Jo hoped to soothe him with little reason, which proved she knew nothing about love. Lori threw himself down and looked up at her with an expectant face. "I agree with Mother that you and I are not suited to each other, because our quick tempers and strong wills would probably make us very miserable if we were so foolish as to marry. No, we shouldn't. If you love me, Jo, I should be a perfect saint." "No, I can't. I tried it and failed, and I won't risk our happiness by such a serious experiment. Now do be reasonable and take a sensible view of the case." "I don't want to be reasonable. I don't want to take what you call a sensible view. It won't help me, and it only makes you harder. I don't believe you've got any heart." "Wish I hadn't." Lori turned around, bringing all his persuasive powers to bear as he said, "Don't disappoint us, dear. Everyone expects it. Say you will and let's be happy. Do! Do!" "I can't say as truly, so I won't say it at all. You'll get over this after a while and find some lovely, accomplished girl who'll adore you and make a fine mistress for your fine house. I shouldn't. I'm homely and awkward and odd and old, and you'd be ashamed of me, and we should quarrel. We can't help it even now, you see. And I shouldn't like elegant society, and you would, and you'd hate my scribbling, and I couldn't get on without it, and we should be unhappy and wish we hadn't done it, and everything would be horrid." "Anything more?" "Nothing more, except that I don't believe I shall ever marry. I'm happy as I am, and love my liberty too well to be in any hurry to give it up." "I know better." "I've done my best, but you won't be reasonable. I shall always be fond of you, very fond indeed, as a friend. but I'll never marry you.
You'll be sorry someday, Joe.
Thank you.
Now we're going to move to the grade 11s who presented slam poems. The bronze medal winner for the 2023 Speech Night Slam Poetry for grade 11 is Isaac Bantop. The silver medal winner is Mia Chan. Just a reminder for the gold medal winner to bring their cue cards or speech up with them. And the gold medal winner of the 2023 Speech Night for Slam Poetry for grade 11 is Lishan Hewitt.
Can everyone hear me? Yeah. My name is Lishan Hewitt, and my poem is called My Never-Ending Thoughts. Think. Now, what does that mean? The capacity to conceive a conscious cognitive process, the ability to hold and form beliefs, opinions, or ideas. Words, phrases, scrambled inside my mind. The thought of thinking of the word think makes me think about thinking, and it never stops. Think. See, this is the issue. Why does thinking make me think, and why can't my brain ever shut off? It's a constant reality, a never-ending cycle, a Ferris wheel that never stops spinning, a wind that never stops blowing, a brain that never stops pouring. What is that? Why is that? Think. Even when I try to calm my mind, the only thing I can think about is how that mind should be calm. Thoughts flood my brain like a dam overflowing. There is no room for me to breathe as I am swallowed whole, and I don't know how to live without thinking. Thinking. Think. My mouth may not be moving, and I may be as still as a tree. But it is a facade, for I am not free from the words that tumble about in every which way. There is no slow lane in my brain. Like people, my thoughts run around in circles, never ending. They collide with each other. And like a stampede, they collapse, fall, and get back up again. Think. This noise in my brain wasn't always there. It was quiet before, I think. But once it turned on, it never stopped. This noise from the outside world consumes my life. Parents yelling, mother crying, was fighting, dad leaving, and then there were more. I have a sister, a brother, a sister, more yelling, more screaming, but I was quiet, my lips shut tight, scared. I had seen what words had done to others, and I was scared of what mine could do to them. So I thought, And I thought, and I thought, and I thought, and I thought it was the only thing I knew how to do without hurting those around me like they had hurt me. Think. So when you look at my face, there's nothing of a trace that would show you the reality of the battles I face. And I know it is hard to believe, but there are things in my mind that you cannot see. The questions left unanswered like a tale left untold. Am I good enough, strong enough, smart enough, pretty enough, happy enough, smile enough, laugh enough? When will he come back? When will I get better? When will it end? And for me, it seems like never. My silence made sure I could hurt no one else. That pain would never reach them. But it filled inside of me. That pain that I tried to keep so far away from others only decided to suffocate me instead. Think. Now, what does that mean? Thank you.
So before we move on to the grade 12 speeches, just a quick little public service announcement. If we could get all of the judges and any alumni that are here tonight at the end, at the very end, before everyone starts to disperse and everyone goes their separate ways, to come up for a photo opportunity, because there's a lot of alumni here tonight and we never get a chance to get everybody in the same place. So if we can get a photo together, that would be amazing. So after the 12s are done, it would be great if we could get all the judges and all the alum to come up and get a photo together. That would be fantastic. Now, for the 2023 Speech Nights grade 12, they had a choice of a TED Talk, a persuasive speech, or a slam poem. So little cornucopia. The bronze medal winner is Nafisa Ismail. The silver medal winner is Jovian Conchoro. And the gold medal winner is Bianca Sentinel.
watching the movies a couple weeks ago, and it just reminded me of how much I wanted to be like all the characters in the movies growing up. So I wanted to write a piece about my high school experience and how fast time has flown. Hurry up, Dad. Drive faster, I'm gonna be late for school. A phrase I often used to tell him every morning way back when I still needed to hand in double-spaced, Arial narrow, size 14 font printed copies of my faith journals to Mr. Cologne's religion aid class. When my dad used to drive me to school, the GPS read, estimated time of arrival, 5 years. 5 years until you reach your destination. And 5 years felt like forever. Like when you're sitting in a quiet classroom on a cold, rainy day, waiting for that bell to ring. 5 years until I could play Sting. 5 years until I could drive the car to school. And 5 years until we were the bigger fish in the pool. 5 years until I could have a spare. And 5 years until I could be that senior, speeding down that highway with the windows down, breathing in the fresh air. And I couldn't wait. But now the GPS reads estimated time of arrival, 5 weeks. 5 weeks until you reach your destination. Slow down. Now a phrase I often hear from my dad when I'm in the driver's seat. If you go too fast, then you'll lose control, and before you know it, it will all be over, he tells me. Well, my dad was right. It's senior year, but it feels like everybody's driving in the fast lane, beating all the red lights as if the destination is the only thing that matters, because we are so exhausted. So extremely exhausted. But who can blame us? Who can blame us when we are being brutally bombarded with billowing piles of homework as if we're not already busy enough? Test after test, project after project, application after application. We've had it tough, and our drives are dwindling, disintegrating like the conch that exploded into 1,000 white fragments, ceasing to exist. We think we are tiring ourselves just for one walk across the stage, just so we can be dismissed, but that is not the case. Ease off the gas and brake a little. It's senior year. Remember what we are truly here for. The ride. And may our last moments together stay gold, just like Pony Boy, our last homecoming, our last retreat, our last dance, our last spirit week, our last mass, our last chance to walk down those halls with our heads held high and to make memories and bonds that will last us a lifetime. Because we are all in this together, don't you see? We are almost there. There's no need to speed. Because there are only 5 weeks left until you stop putting on that polo for 8:20 a.m. There's only 5 weeks left until you never see your hallway crush again. There's only 5 weeks left until that bell rings at 2:40 and you back out of the parking lot for that one last time. And there's only 5 weeks left until the people that you see every day for the past 5 years will become vague memories of the sublime. So seniors, savor every sappy moment. Fill up your tank with gas so your engine doesn't fail you on the final stretch. And make the most of every opportunity, because senior year is a time like no other. It's a time to leave behind our legacies. So slow down and enjoy the ride. Because if you go too fast, then you'll lose control, and before you know it, it will all be over. Thank you.
So we just want to end with the gratitude as we started tonight. So thank you everyone for coming tonight. Thank you everyone for supporting this event. Anytime that we're allowed to gather together like this, it's such a privilege, and it's such a special thing to do, especially coming out of COVID when we couldn't do this kind of stuff. So it's a special thing to be able to gather together in a community like this. Also, it's a reminder of how amazing our families are and how amazing our kids are. So one final round of applause, I think, for everybody. Thank you again, everyone, for coming and supporting the 2023 Chancellor Speech Night. And at this time, you're free to go. If we could just get all the alum up and all the judges, and we'll get a photo op. So thank you, thank you, thank you.